Now, today I want to give you a homework on 5 things that you need to work on if you want your child to actually start communicating and make speech. The first thing, make sure your child sleep. That's the first. With your child not being able to sleep enough time, this reduces our concentration, which he needs to sustain eye contact, attention, and even speech itself. So if you want your child to sleep, first to make actually speech and communicate, work on his sleep before anything else. The second thing I want you to work on is hyper. How do you deal with hyper? Before trying to ask your child to repeat things, say mama, say daddy, say this, say that, work on hyper. Because the same part of the brain that work on our movement, which that's the problem that many children get when they are hyper, it's also the same part that controls our speech, that coordinates our speech. Here I'm talking about cerebellum. We've talked a lot about what you can do at home, engaging your child in sport activities like ball playing, learning games, jumping. These are the things that will improve blood supply to the brain, oxygen supply to the brain, body-brain communication, and this will actually reduce that hyper. So these are things you can do at home, or you can bring your child here at Kunga Therapy, and we help you to reduce this hyper, improve attention and concentration, thereby helping the child actually to start communicating. So the third thing I want you to start doing is reduce screen time. This is the first thing I've always tell people. You want your child to actually develop communication and start interacting with other people. Take the phone away from him. Don't allow him to sit in the front of TV even in 30 minutes. That one still takes a lot of neurological energy from him and prevent him from having the best time he needed to actually develop interaction with other people, because we learn from seeing. So if you want his nervous system and the brain to be prompted to reorganize, to adapt, and even make new neural pathways to help him on the side where he's weak, like the communication part, then you wouldn't allow him to spend most of his time on screen. You would allow him to be with people every now and then, so that whether it's cerebellum, whether it's frontal lobe, whether it's temporal lobe, if there's a processing delay, it can be prompted more and more to readapt, to reorganize and adapt its neural networks to serve the purpose of speech. So those are things you are going to do. Another thing, work on development. What do I mean by this delayed development? Your child needs to be with people, need to interact with people, need to go everywhere and see more people as much as possible. When at school, when at home, and again, give him this food that are actually going to help with brain health. We've talked a lot about avocados, eggs, fish, especially omenas and the sardines. So these are things that are going, even oranges, especially oranges and avocados with these healthy fats are very good for the brain. So do these things if you want your child to communicate. Avoid screen time. Make sure that he sleep as much as possible. And again, allow him to interact with other people as much as possible. So if you do that, you are going to achieve results. If you can make it at Kunga Therapy, we can help you with that. Many children here, 2 months, 3 months, you find a child is starting to make a 2-word sentence, and you can come and you see results. But now, let's say you are not near our centers and you can't access us, but you can do these things that we are advising you to do here. Limit screen time, improve sleep, and also allow your child to engage in sport activities, which are going now to help deal with hyper. And now when your child has calmed down and is able to have attention, your child is going to start interacting with other people and have speech and communication. Today I want to give you 3 signs that many parents make while waiting for speech. The first sign, of course, is waiting for too long, thinking that the child will just talk. That's what many of our friends tell us. That's what we get from family members. And even that's what sometimes we tell ourselves, say, he will just talk. But the child is already 2 years, he can't make a 2 word sentence. And instead of acting, you choose to wait. The second mistake that many parents make is ignoring things like eye contact. Many parents ignore this. I receive parents on a daily basis, but one of the things they like to tell me when I say, the child has got poor eye contact, you can see it. They tell you, but my child can see me. Let me tell you, eye contact is not just the eyes looking at you, the eyes staring at you. No. Eye contact is when the child can see you and you can see that he's actually even thinking. Because eye contact goes hand in. For us to make eye contact, 5 systems work together. There is temporal lobe, there is frontal lobe, there is limbic system, because it has to help him with information about his emotional signals. No, this person, is he smiling? Is he like this? So all these 5 systems work together. So if a child make like eye, he set his eyes on you, but you can see he's not even thinking about it, or his eyes just staring, the eyes staring, but nothing else is working. You can see when someone is looking at you and even thinking. So these are the things that parents, they really don't give them any value, but these are things that actually should show you that your child has speech delay, and if nothing is done, nothing will change. Another thing which many parents don't really give attention to is hyperactivity. Say, yeah, all children are just like that. They are, yes, children at a young age, most of them are active, but there's a way you see your child cannot sit still for 3 minutes. So like every time he's doing a certain movement, lighting something, going there, putting something down. So these are things that many parents, because their children are still young, they don't give them value, but in the long run, for not giving them value, they end up taking the best time that the child needed for intervention. Because if you would have got him for intervention, where you immediately when you see those, actually you would have changed a lot. The third thing I want to give you, that the third mistake that many parents make, is delaying assessment and supportive intervention. Why am I saying this? Yes, you might see your child has got poor eye contact. Yes, you might see your child has got hyperactivity. Yet you might see at 2 years your child cannot make a 2 word sentence. The best thing to do is to take him for assessment. After assessment is to start supportive therapies that he need. So these ones are going to improve his speech. So if you delay assessment, how are you going to know that he has got speech delay or autism or ADHD if you don't really take him for assessment? If you delay for him assessment, you are not going to know what is really happening to your child. But any professional person who can assess your child will see, even at 2 years, that your child either has got some speech delay or autism or ADHD. And by knowing that, it will save you time. And many parents say, I will do it next year. I will do it. When you do it next year, the chances of your child improving are not the same as when he's 2 years. Are not when you do it when he reaches 4, it's not the same as when he's still 3 years. So delaying is not good. Instead of delaying, saying, let me do it next month, let me do it after 6 months, actually start acting now. Because when you act now, you can save your time in the future of taking your child for therapies for the rest of his life.